daily scary story. Dare to listen?
The station was nearly deserted when Eliot Hargrave arrived, his breath visible in the frigid air. Only the dim glow of amber lights guided him to an aged train waiting on ghostly tracks. Fog clung to the windows, distorting any attempt to peer inside. Eliot's heart raced with a mix of excitement and unease. He was drawn to the midnight train by an unexplainable pull, a promise of unraveling mysteries.
Aboard, Eliot was greeted by the conductor, whose eerie luminescence seemed at odds with the dim carriage. The conductor's eyes were unnaturally bright, fixing on Eliot with a disconcerting intensity. "Welcome aboard, Mr. Hargrave. Your journey to the unknown begins now," he intoned with a cryptic smile, handing back Eliot's ticket.
Eliot settled into a compartment where the soft cushioning and muted tones created a false sense of comfort. The fog outside thickened, separating the train from any recognizable world. Besides him sat Mabel, a kindly-looking woman whose presence was a small solace in the eerie ambiance. Mabel adjusted her lace collar, her voice a whisper above the train's steady rumble. "Been on this journey before?" she asked, her eyes searching Eliot's face for answers not even he possessed. Eliot shook his head, curiosity piqued by her knowing tone, but uncertain of what lay ahead. The hours passed in a haze of murmured conversations and flickering lights. However, Eliot noticed an unsettling pattern. Passengers would vanish each time the train emerged from a tunnel. The compartments would grow more desolate, the air heavier with something unseen.
As yet another passenger disappeared, Eliot confronted the conductor in the corridor, where shadows danced ominously. "What is this place?" Eliot demanded, his voice barely concealing his fear. The conductor's smile was thin, offering no consolation. "You are aboard the Collector of Lost Souls, Mr. Hargrave. A one-way journey for those who wander," he replied.
Eliot's heart thundered in his chest, the reality of the situation sinking in. Desperation clawed at him, igniting a frantic urge to flee what seemed an inevitable fate. The train's rattle mocked his panic, the fog outside impenetrable, like a wall of impending doom. Somewhere behind him, Mabel's voice floated through the carriage like a tether to sanity. "Eliot, it's not as it seems," she called, her words both reassurance and riddle. He turned, drawn back to her as if her presence could anchor him amid the chaos. Mabel offered him a seat, her expression gentle but firm. "Each of us ended up here because we lost our way," she explained, her voice weaving through the eerie silence. "You must decide what your soul truly seeks, Eliot, before the journey's end." The train lurched through another tunnel, and Eliot felt a profound shift within himself, a moment of clarity that broke through the fog of his confusion. As the train re-emerged into the dim light, he realized he needed to confront his deepest regrets and desires. They were the keys to his liberation from this spectral journey. As they neared the journey's end, Eliot felt an overwhelming serenity, a stark contrast to the apprehension that had seized him earlier. Mabel smiled knowingly, her presence now a guiding force. The train slowed, the final destination unknown, yet promising a second chance. When the train finally halted, Eliot stepped onto the platform, a semblance of peace settling within him. The world beyond was not what it seemed, but was instead a reflection of what he chose to see. The midnight train had not claimed his soul. It had shown him the path back to it.